Hey guys, just waiting for Al to come pick me up, screw up the plot. I thought I'd show you my horrific attempts at tomatoes. I think I've said before how awful I am at training them. As you can see, they are wonky. That massive, massive trusses of fruit on. This one's Moneymaker. And this is Christmas grapes. Some more up there. That one's going quite high. The Romas seem quite small, but what I've done is I've stripped all the bottom leaves off and left just the top so you can photosynthesize still. I do get worried because you see right through the fence there we have the canal, so the humidity around here is quite high, so I'm always concerned about blight. Now, we've never got it yet. Hello? You want to come and say hello? This is Tips. We've rescued Tips recently, as he was terribly abused. He was kicked in the face, tried to pull his claws out, all sorts. Left outside all winter with no shelter at all, and we were told he was a horribly aggressive cat. Does that cat look horribly aggressive to you? No. No. So anyway, can I talk about tomatoes? Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, I've stripped the bottom leaves off to give good ventilation, and left the tops on. Now the Romas haven't grown very tall at all, and they're looking a bit scraggy, but they've got good fruits on. I've had one. Sorry, I'm not even showing you what I'm doing, am I? I've left some leaves on, but this plant is a bit nasty. There's a couple ripening on it. I've had one with blossom end rot on here, but all the others seem fine. And that's another Roma, and there's loads of tomatoes around the side, but I need to sort them out because they were damaged by the winds yesterday. These are two blueberry plants that we picked up from Aldi's that need potting on. Then blueberries need to go into ericaceous compost, not normal compost. Such a fuss pot. So they need to be potted on, but I need to go and get some compost first. Whilst I'm still waiting here at home, there's the bees loving the aconite. He's gone on the other side. There he goes. This is Tithonia, and the stems and underneath the leaves just feel like really soft velvet. They're beautiful. These are our beans. They're quite tall. They're doing much, much better than at the plot. I need to pick again. I only picked yesterday. And these are getting loads of runners on. Whereas at the plot... Sorry. Tractors going by. They're getting loads of runners on, and that, but at the plot we're getting virtually nothing. So there's plenty here. I know. I've been sorting out all my pots and getting things to give on to other people as well, because I've got way too many. But yeah, the beans here are doing fantastic. Look great, don't they? Alright, okay. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Hey Roo. You've topped all the potatoes, thank you very much. Roo's just cut the potatoes back that are in pots that were the early ones. Come on then. Right, come on then Roo, show me what you're doing. Hang on, I'm not following you, yep. Go. We have caterpillars in this end cage on that cabbage, so we need to sort that out as well before we go. Alan's going to sort the guttering on the greenhouse and get the water pot hooked up. And what are you doing, Missy? What have you done? Oh, good job. Alright, Roo has cut down the tops on this pot and this pot because they were just scraggy stems now, wasn't they? Yep. Can you pick up them stems? Put them on the weed pile over there for me. And the pumpkins, if you can see, are starting to get an orange tinge to them, so they're starting to ripen up now, which is nice. So, brown stem. This was a summer fruit and raspberry. All the fruit's done. Brown stem. Take it right down to the ground, I believe, to there. And that's done. Well done. And then this is a green stem which hasn't fruited this year, and so that one I'd leave. And then there's another brown stem here. So I'm going to start doing some of these. There's another one here. And taking out the old stems whilst being attacked by thistles. This will also take off some of the bindweed, give it less of a frame to climb on. So yeah, you can see there's a brown stem here. You see this? Look it, and then right next to it there's a green stem, a couple of green stems, which is new shoots for next year's summer fruit and raspberries. Okay? Alright, so I'll show you inside the brassica cage and our plentiful weeds. This is my sprouts. It's my biggest of the sprouts here. It's got little buttons forming, and I don't know if you can see them on the camera. Plenty of whitefly. The whitefly don't do any damage, they're just horrid. You have to make sure you wash everything. But yeah, the little buttons are forming. This definitely doesn't seem to have clubroot. And that one does. You may as well just pull it. Yep. These are Montgomery sprouts, sorry. So I'm going to check up when I get home about their resistance to clubroot. This is, I believe, a greyhound cabbage. And this looks beautiful. Alright, so on this side, we had to take the netting off this cloche because there was a gap and a butterfly had gotten in. But down here, there is a really good heart on this cabbage, and oh, the smell. It smells delicious. There's loads of caterpillar poo in there, which is gross. But we only eat the heart anyway, don't we? So, but yeah, they're doing well. These are kiloton, all these on this row, and they are clubroot resistant. And you can tell, I mean, they look fantastic. But the Montgomery sprouts, it's definitely, you know, there's one a big one there, and then there's a couple of little ones, and another big one over there. So they're obviously doing something. They're obviously doing okay. I'll have to look up when I get home what kind of resistance they're supposed to have. So to be honest, this year it looks like we're going to get this cabbage here, which I think is greyhound. The kilotons cabbages. The cascade sprouts in here aren't growing much bigger, but what I may do is if they don't really start to do anything, then I may just take them off and eat the leaves as spring greens. And everything else is just meh. But first year, live and learn. Sorry, I'm not looking at what I'm looking at what I'm looking at, not what's on the camera. I've been really bad at that today. So we turn this cage up a bit to give it a bit more height. We have fixed-ish the bean frames. They're standing up. It's still terribly, yeah, but they're standing up. And because they stood up, I was able to do a good harvest. First of all, we are taking home a little gem squash, not little gem, honey bear squash, and me and Al are going to have that roasted tonight or tomorrow, and a couple of beetroot for me to have roasted with that. Rue's pulled up another couple of carrots because she, oh dear, she can't help herself. These, not the big one, I think the big one was just picked up off the floor, and they are the dwarf beans, French beans, and these are the cobra. And this is what happens when you don't pick your beans, when they get hidden. Ideally they should be, what, about that size, yeah, and not like big ginormous snakes. So there you go. I'm going to help Al finish this brassica cage, and I'm going to water the chilies, and then I think we'll get off home. I love it here at this time of night. I really do. It's so peaceful. Next anticipated crop is this sweet corn. Ignore the weeds again. Need to get on top of this. Some of the tassels are starting to die back, but that cob looks tiny. Anyway, some of them are really big fat cobs, and then other ones are a bit skinnier. They can all be eaten. It's not a problem. Lots and lots of sweet corn. Okay guys, For a very quick update from Ophelia's allotment garden. Have fun at your allotments. Enjoy a couple of days of sunshine after all this torrential rain we've had. Hopefully you get a nice weekend. And I'm going to go water my chilies. So I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Please give a thumbs up.
Here I am moaning about the beans. Let me just show you the bolottos. They are producing a mass amount of beans. They're really good size. All around the plants. There are hundreds of these beautiful pods. Look at them all there. See? Now I'm growing them to dry them to eat the beans inside. But I'm tempted to pick a few just to see what they're like cooked. I may. Should I do that? I think I will. I'm going to take some off this end. So the ones that aren't too big. I'm going to go this one. That one. And this one. Give it 3. Let's go for 4. And oh my gosh, there's loads in there. I'll take that one. Oh. Well, maybe we'll take that one as well. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take some bolotti beans home as well. See what they taste like cooked. There they go. In with the beans. Rue's still cleaning the glass. Anyway, I've given the tomatoes, the chilies a feed. They've had some standard tomato feed. I need to give them a comfrey tea, but tonight I just gave them the standard feed. There are plenty of flowers coming out since we've been in here. Lots more than there was before. I've already shown them you cleaning. So that's it, guys. See you soon. Bye bye. Good afternoon, guys. It's Sunday the 13th or something like that, and we're at the plot having a good old fire. I've been pruning the summer raspberries, taking out these old canes, and already it looks better. It looks green now, and I can get to them better. But if you come around this side, you can see what I haven't done. You see here all the old dead ones still. These all need to come out, and then I'm going to go through, and I've been giving it a good weed as we go. I'm going to cut all things back and just make it look better. Brassicas, we've taken out everything that has club root. This needs a good weed through now. So that's all the Romanescos, all the red drumheads, and some of the cascade sprouts. We've got one here that seems okay. The Montgomery sprouts do seem to have it, but they're growing quite tall and producing buttons. So I'm going to leave them to see what they do. The greyhound one at the bottom is doing fine, and obviously the kiloton are great because they are club root resistant. Right, in the greenhouse, we have lots and lots of chilies coming on. Loads more since we put them in here. Loads of little baby ones. And there's loads under here as well. I think they like it in here, it's safe to say. Lots of babies. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. And they're not drying out as quickly as I thought they would. They've had a good drink and a feed. I did that on Wednesday. It's now Sunday, and they're still quite damp. So that's good. Right, I did a video the other day, so I'm going to tag this on the end of that, because I don't intend this to be a long one. Mainly here today to get down the weeds, do some pruning, and have the fire. Yes, have the fire. Right, well, I've taken out all the club root affected plants. These sprouts here seem fine, and the kiloton are fine. I've weeded and raked all that over. Oh, the fire is still going. Jesus. Okay. All of the summer fruit and raspberries are out now. Ruth seems to be making herself into a scarecrow.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm trying to feed the fire.
Okay. So there's loads more space in there now. It looks much, much better. I've actually found the boundary of our raspberries as well, and I could have actually harvested more. Never mind. I've cut back some of the flowers down here. I'm going to leave some stems because they provide a good habitat for wildlife over the winter, especially around the pond. But down there's new growth of the knapweed coming through, so I thought if I cut off the main, then the dead stems, then the new growth can come through better. Let's take a look in the pond. We haven't looked in here for ages. I don't think there's anything in here at all. It's just a lot of duckweed. So yeah, I'm done. I can't be bothered much today. I need to sort this fire out though. I can't just leave it. So it's reducing quite nicely. I'm going to pick some beans, do a bit more weeding. Oh, that's smoke. I was just tackling more on the no-dig plot. I've stood our pumpkin up. It's got a bit of a flat bump, but that's okay. It's a good sized pumpkin. And we didn't grow the giant pumpkins in that. These ones are called Connecticut, so they're perfect for us. We're getting more flowers on the runner beans now, thank God. I can't be doing with just harvesting like 3 or 4 at a time. The plot is so weedy. I've just not got the energy at the moment. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to do some weeding. And then I'm going to pick some beans. And then we're going to go home and relax for the rest of our Sunday. Okay? What can I show you though? See if I can get round to them. I know I keep showing you these, but I'm really impressed with them. The blue Hubbard squashes. Let me take off that monkey leaf. The blue Hubbard squashes are looking fantastic. These are really nice. And they're starting to turn a bit blue, which means they're starting to cure and ripen. This one is still a bit white. But the one I want to show you... Oh, I need to put that in the bin actually. One of them rotted and fell off. And the sluggers have eaten my only Turk's turban. I'm not happy with them at all. Which way can I go? I'll go through here. The aduki beans, despite having fat hen growing in them, haven't done anything. I mean, there's... Oh, actually, I lie. We're starting to get flowers. The flowers are quite low down. That's maybe why I didn't see them. Okay, we're starting to get flowers on the aduki beans. Whether we will have time for them to grow and produce good beans to dry off, I don't know. This Crown Prince, I think that's rotten as well. It seems a bit squishy. But this one's already gone blue. Can you hear that? He's gorgeous. Now we've got another big one up here. Oh, just got caught on the fence. Another big one down there. And then there's 2 more. I just don't know where they are. One thing that we haven't had anything from is sweet dumpling. Not a single one. Which is quite disappointing. We did have that honey bear squash for dinner the other night. And we... so many cabbage whites. We cut it in half and stuffed it. And it was so lovely. So we need to be growing more honey bears next year. I'm already looking at all my seeds and what I need to buy. As usual, not many beans. They're all really curly. I had some that are like spirals, like little pig's tails. But at least the Bellotto are doing okay. They look great. So I've got loads of those. So, and the frame's falling down again. I'm past caring, to be honest. Right. The Monster Beetroot Challenge. Now this is actually going to seed now, but I'm not worried because I'm not going to eat it. So, how's that for a monster? It's quite big. You see? I don't know if I'm going to beat anybody with that, but he's going to stay in there. I might pinch out the top. See if that helps at all. So that may be our monster beetroot. And the pea beans are all starting to go a bit yellow and go over now, which is fine because they can dry off. And I've got a couple of tiddly beetroots left here. So there you go, Monster Beetroot Challenge. I wonder if I'll win. We'll see. Bye-bye. Sorry, we're off home. We have made a little brassica cage for the sprouts on that side, and the cabbages on this side have their own cage too. And there's a big space down the middle now. So there you go. At least that's dealt with. Checked for everything, there's no caterpillars in there, there's no slugs. Been weeded all underneath the plants. And hopefully we'll get something off one of the sprouts. Something. We've got some beans again. I grow the ugliest beans. Look at these. Some of the beans are really, really curly. It's bizarre. Some of them are lovely, but some are just... No one wants to eat that, do they? It's disgusting. Fine beans are great though. Love them. I'm going to grow about 5 times the amount of them next year. So from Felia's Allotment Garden, until next time, bye bye.